All right, we're back here on Scal Pals on the Radio.com Sports Digital Network. Now joined by our Radio.com NBA insider, Ric Bucher. Rick, what's going on first and foremost? I have a feeling we're going to get into it a little bit on this LeBron stuff because I kind of disagree with you, and I promise you it's not because of my ESPN background. I am not I may be called a LeBron homer, but I truly believe you're wrong because you think that LeBron has basically given up on basketball being his number one priority. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
See, I don't believe that. LeBron is such a prideful guy, right? LeBron cares about his image. LeBron, I understand we see all the Taco Tuesday videos. We understand he's doing Space Jam 2. I'm with both of you guys because I think you think he moved to LA for
don't
reasons
stop.
bigger
Don't
than
stop,
basketball.
Ceruti. The
Listen,
shop, $1 Million Mile.
He's got a lot going on. It's LeBron James, but you know what? He's not the first player that's ever had stuff off the court, interest off the court, even while he's been playing. And I look at it from this perspective, Rick, because what we're kind of referencing is there was an article on The Ringer about why this could potentially be the LeBron revenge season, right? Because last year was super disappointing. It was kind of the first year in a while that people around the league had discussed LeBron not being the best player in the league and saying, hey, is this thing kind of over? He's 34 years old. Is he still the same guy? And I just believe that he has the pride in him and he cares enough about his image. And let's be honest, he's still chasing ghosts. He's still chasing Jordan. He still wants to be known as the best player in the league. So I think for all those reasons, he is going to come out this year with something to prove. And I do think that he can have interest outside of basketball and basketball could still be his priority. But you disagree. So tell me why.
So you're telling me that you think that LeBron is a liar.
I do not think LeBron. Explain why you think that.
Because LeBron has said, I'm not chasing anybody. I don't have anything left to prove.
Then yes, he's a liar. I think he's a liar.
I happen to agree with him. It's not a matter of whether he's chasing or not. For me, it's whether he can change the narrative at this point. I believe that it's cemented. The number of times that he's gone to the finals is just unbelievable. So if you're going to put him on Mount Olympus, so you're going to make him the best because of that, then you're going to do that. And if you're going to not put him ahead of Jordan or at a certain place in the hierarchy because of all the times that he's lost, then you're going to do that. And so whatever he does at this stage with the Lakers, I think one of the things that we've seen is that he can't do we agree on this? LeBron no longer can take, as one GM said to me, 4 cadavers and go to the finals. Like he needs help. He needs pieces around him in order to win a championship or even just to get to the finals. Is that fair?
I 100% agree with you. 100% agree.
Okay. The chapter's not closed, Rick, because if somehow, some way he wins a championship this year, we could have the argument that he is better than Jordan. Right now, we cannot have the argument that he's better than Jordan. But this year at 35, when the season's over, if somehow he just destroyed Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and the Clippers, and just ran through them, and those guys could not guard him, I think we would say, all right, like, okay, you know what? He probably is. And the reason why he didn't win is because he was playing with, as you put it, 4 cadavers. And that's the reason why he hasn't won, the championships that Jordan has won. But I'm kind of with you, man. I kind of feel like he's not all in. I feel like he says all the right things, but I don't feel like he's doing all the right things.
Let's look at it this for 2 things. One, I go on the internet every now and then or on social media. Whether he does anything or not with the Lakers, the debate of whether he's better than Jordan or not is going to continue on. We don't need to add anything to it.
No way.
Right?
No way.
Now, you and I, no. But I mean, that debate continues to go on. Now, I understand your point that if he wins a 3rd championship with a 3rd franchise, then there may be a faction of people out there who are still saying he's not Jordan and aren't saying he'll never be Jordan, might be swayed to say, hey, maybe I need to revisit my thinking. I get that.
That's right, Stan.
But here's the big difference for me, Ceruti. The reason that this idea that what Scal just said, if he runs through Kawhi, if he does like all these things, what is there that makes me believe or give any thought to the possibility that he would do that? Has he done anything this summer that would tell me that at this age, at this point in his career, he's all in on the one thing he wants to do is prove he's not done and go get another championship? And I mentioned the Space Jam and pickup games and all that. Yeah, Jordan at one point did the original Space Jam, but he also structured it so that he was making sure that he was going to be ready coming back. He was scouting. He was doing everything possible. I've got no indication that LeBron is putting more into his game now than he ever has. And for where he is in his career and for what we saw from him last year, I would need to see that. I would need to see that mentally he's turned back the clock and that basketball is the most important thing to him right now. And I've just got no indication that that's the case. And if it's not, I'm not expecting a 34, 35-year-old LeBron James with this particular Lakers team to run roughshod through the league.
I don't think, maybe you're right, Rick. Maybe he can't physically do it. That's a whole nother story but that's not what I'm talking about. Like, I think last year, like, there are going to be people that point to that season and go, "Oh, he got injured. This is the first time in his career. Like, his body's on the decline." And I'm not going to have a rebuttal to that because that could very well be true.
Wait a minute. Ceruti, real quick. What about when he came back? What about the disaster that ensued
that whole season
after he came back?
I don't think you could take anything
That's
from
part
last
of it.
season.
You can't just throw that away.
That whole roster was a disaster.
Jordan had a
It was
disastrous season. Yeah, but Jordan had like a disastrous season. Like, Jordan was into other things at the time. When LeBron was hurt, he was also meeting with the people from Space Jam and getting the shop to start out. Like, I don't understand. You're acting like Rick's statement is crazy. It is spot on, and you're acting like it's crazy.
I just feel like I'm going to give LeBron the benefit of the doubt that he has not
Wait. Why are we giving him the benefit of the doubt?
Because I don't believe LeBron wants to be a failure as a Laker. I think that would be a bad thing on his. I don't think it's going to tarnish his legacy. But I think LeBron.
Why don't you think he wants to be a failure? Why do you think that he's all in? That if he doesn't win a championship with the Lakers, he will consider this a failure? Because he came to them without any prerequisites. For the first time in his career, he didn't say, "I'm not going to this team unless they have A, B, and C," which would mean that he has the requisite things to win a championship. He didn't care about any of that. It was where do I sign? Because I want to live in LA. I want my kid to grow up in LA. My kids to grow up in LA. I want to live in Beverly Hills. I want to do production. Like, that was the whole motive for going there. So now you're telling me that he's not going to be satisfied unless he wins a championship too. Do I think he'd like to? Do I think he's going to, he's going to do what he can to go after it? Yeah, but it's not the priority. And I don't think there's any way in which LeBron looks at it and says, if I don't bring a championship to the Lakers, I will have failed and I will have made a mistake moving to LA. I don't think that has ever entered his train of thought.
See, I look at it and I go, when he left Cleveland, and where was he going to go? There was no team that he was going to go to that was going to be an instant winner. Where?
Yes,
Tell me.
Portland Trail Blazers.
Oh, he was never going to
If he was to win another championship.
A realistic spot for him.
Perfect team. But here's the thing. If it was all about winning another championship or competing for championships, the Trailblazers to me is the team that was perfectly set up. The one thing they needed was a playmaking small forward. They've been chasing it with Evan Turner and any number of guys for the last couple of years. But that team was perfectly set up for him. And there's a number of other teams that he could have gone to that he would have had a better chance of chasing another championship than going to the Lakers. The Lakers, I'm not sure were in the top 5 choices for him winning another championship last season coming in. And he knew that. So this idea that now he's going to be unfulfilled if he doesn't get that, or that he came there with the idea that eventually he'd get to it. Look, he knows the clock is ticking too. If there's one thing that he's chasing, It's that he gets to play a season with Bron. That's I think the last item on his bucket list.
At that point, I will consider him checking out. When he plays with Bron with Bronny Jr., that he will be. That is 100% not for winning championships. That will be checking out.